Satsang-41. Give up the addiction to mundane worldly life. 8th December, 1934. Evening Satsang. The Master tells you that you are Brahman. However, illusion is so enticing that even knowing that one is Brahman, the aspirant still thinks that he is an individual. This is because of one's greed for objects. Greed is itself illusion. If greed ends, illusion also ends. When illusion ends, what remains is absolute, pure consciousness, Brahman. But such is the way of illusion. Therefore, do not question the validity of the words of a saint or sage. Otherwise, you will be bound to go through the series of millions of births and deaths. In order that the intelligence be in tune with the self, the grace of the Master is necessary. It is necessary to have one's intelligence united with the self. This means that I am He, Soham, should be the concept in the mind. The worst habit is that of mundane worldly life. It is called the greatest addiction. By the force of this worldly addiction, Param Atman, the Supreme Self, is made to believe that it is an individual and is compelled to live a worldly life as if in prison. All bad habits can be dropped, but the addiction to mundane life is the most difficult to drop. The wife is dear to her husband only so long as she obeys him. The mundane worldly life is called the blind, dark life. And the greatest enticement of illusion is this mundane life. However great may be one's sorrow, this addiction cannot be dropped. One is greatly lucky if this addiction is dropped. There is only one who condemns the worldly life, and that is the saint or sage. Nobody else does that. One does not even think of leaving this earthly life, even if one suffers utmost difficulties. People try to strengthen their ties with others by speaking to them respectfully and congratulating each other over small things. People compete with each other for earning more honors and status. In this way, they feel that they are happy in life. They act as if this is a respectable bad habit. And because of this, the God of death is happy to give you many kinds of bodies and various troubles. Give up the sense of mine. Know that body identification is your enemy. Very few are those who have truly understood. Only those who are lucky enough to receive the blessings of the Guru, who is the Self, can escape from this illusion by right effort. All others are bound to the treadmill of life in various incarnations, and they make houses of bodies of various shapes and duration. Blessed is the one who is illumined by the teaching of the Sadguru in this human incarnation. Only with this human body is it possible to have the bliss of the Self, Atman, and Mukti, liberation. The days of your life are very few, so get yourself free while you have the chance. This liberation is possible only through the teaching of the Sadguru. Therefore, have faith in the Guru and do exactly as told by the Master. Many people worship the one who turns towards spiritual life. However, those who consider themselves as being very scholarly only raise many doubts and turn down the wrong path, and the spiritual life is disrupted. They only end up unhappy and make others unhappy as well. The man who is intellectually clever is truly of no use. He puts himself and others at a great loss. He suffers because of his own pride. The one who attains reality does not suffer from any wants or desires. God Almighty looks after his welfare directly. Let such a devotee be blind or lame, but God himself has given a promise. I look after the welfare of the one who meditates on Atman. The spiritual being will never be a slave to anybody. Therefore, do not worry. Make God your friend. Who can give trouble to one whom is protected by Lord Rama? There may be as many enemies as there are stars in the sky, but if there is the blessing of the Guru, nobody can touch even a hair. One who has faith in the Guru does not fear anyone or anything. What need is there for anything if the Guru's blessing is there? Even if one's destiny is the worst, it is the blessing of the Guru that makes all the difference. This is continuously told in the Vedas and Shrutis, and told very emphatically. Have faith in the Vedas. Conceive of yourself only as Brahman. If your intellect is under your own control, you will have success. Keep your intellect under control and have faith in the Guru. If you do this, you will be easily saved. Put your trust in the Sadguru. He will definitely save you. By remembrance of the Sadguru, illusion runs away and virtues are developed. Through the teaching of the saints and sages, wisdom comes easily. The things of this world that are cherished by people always breed fear. When some action is done after listening to the opinions of worldly people, it increases many kinds of fear. We get completely exhausted in trying to maintain those things that appear in the illusion, as those things are ultimately perishable. On the other hand, one becomes fearless by listening to the stories of the saints and sages. That which is gained by listening to the saints, that which is attained through sages, is not perishable. Spiritual accomplishments are full of happiness. When you get experience in spiritual life, then you will receive the blessing of the Sadguru. How much happier you will be, and you will witness the pitiable condition of those who had been laughing at you. Blessed is the one who dies while practicing devotion to the Lord. Who can describe his fortune? Only he knows his own great fortune. He is Param Atman, the Supreme Self only. And you will, just like Saint Tukaram, say, I listened to the one supreme truth from a saint, and I became the father of the fathers of all. I became God. Otherwise my life was being wasted. In short, people are like donkeys. They never listen because they are heavily conditioned from birth. However, those who do listen will attain self-realization. Take a vow that you will sacrifice in the service of the Sadguru, and you will never stop cherishing the name of God. The Supreme Self is near him who has unshakable faith. If you walk along the road of spiritual life, as just explained, you will be guided and protected by Shri Sadguru Vasahib Maharaj, Siddharameshwar's Guru. Those who have faith are getting the proof. This is a fact that is well known to true devotees. The divine cow will grant all wishes only to the faithful. God abides by your faith. If you think he is with qualities, God is so. If you prefer him to be formless, again he is. If you do not worship him, there is no curse. If you worship him, there is no reward or special blessing. One will get experience only according to one's faith. To explain clearly and to clear away doubt is the job of the saints and sages. It will be useful to the one who will accept it. For the one who does not accept, there is no compulsion by anybody. Everybody is unto himself, according to his faith. A person shaved his head and offered his hair to God. God gave him the birth of a bear. If you offer yourself totally, you will be the Supreme Self, Param Atman. You will attain that.